Hello, what is up everybody? I'm back with a video talking about the rookies on the 2025 F1 grid. If I sound like shit, it's not because my clearly very practical and techie microphone is bad, it is because I am sick. As we know, the drivers market at the moment is going a bit crazy. There's 9 drivers at the minute that don't have a seat confirmed for next year. There's also a couple of really good rookies, and I was thinking, if I got to design my own grid where I got to put in these rookies, where would I put them in? Before we get started in this video, I'm not going to be talking about Liam Lawson. There's a reason for that, and the reason is I want to do another video on the whole VCARB situation. The other reason is because I am a massive Yuki stan, and I'm really worried when I go and do the stats for that video, I'm going to have to come face to face with the realization that maybe my perfect angel is not going to be there, and I'm really scared about it. The first rookie I believe will be on the 2025 grid is Ollie Bearman. Ollie Bearman, I feel, is an 85% pick. We all know he had a magnificent race in Jeddah where he filled in for Carlos Sainz, who was sick with appendicitis. He is also the reserve driver for Haas and has participated in several mandatory FP1 sessions with them over the 2023 season. And he was born in 2005, which makes me feel ancient. I'm 26. I was born in 1997. When I saw Ollie on the TV at Jeddah, I went, that's a child. He's one of the first people I've ever seen that I've actually gone, oh, I'm old. I'm old. Anyway, he was born in England. He is from Chelmsford, I think is how you say that. And he now lives in Modena in Italy. He started karting at 8 and he made his single-seater debut in F4 in 2020 and finished the championship 7th overall. In his second season of F4, he changed teams to Van Amersfoort, I think is how you pronounce that. A lot of this stuff is really difficult, guys, because I don't ever hear this stuff being said. I just have to read it. And then, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I remember reading the Twilight series and the dad vampire in that, right? It's spelt, how is it spelt? Carlise is how that fucking word is spelled. Carlise Cullen. And I said that to myself for the 4 years that I read Twilight before I saw the movies. And I said Carlise Cullen. Carlise Cullen. Carlise Cullen is how you say this guy's name. And then I get into the movie and I hear everybody saying Carlisle, Carlisle, Carlisle. And I was like, I thought this motherfucker's name was Carlise. There's an S in there. 2022, he would begin his F3 career with Prema Racing and ended up with 1 win, 7 podiums, 1 fastest lap, and 3rd overall in the championship, just 7 points off the winner. This would see him move up to F2 in 2023. So if we're counting, we've done 2 seasons in F4, 1 season in F3, and now we're on to our first season in F2. Still with Prema Racing in 2023, we would see Ollie take 4 wins, 3 being features and 1 being a sprint win. He would finish the season 6th overall and 2nd in the rookie division. He is currently competing in the 2024 F2 season and is currently 19th in the championship. We have to remember he did miss a race in the race in Jeddah. He missed that. He was on pole position, got taken out, put into the race, and ironically he is currently 12th overall in the F1 WDC. So he's actually doing better at the moment in F1 than he is in F2. His current stats are 132 races, 25 wins and 19 poles. So it's a pretty good conversion rate. We got 19 poles, 25 wins. So there's been a couple of races that he's done where he's actually come as a surprise. He didn't start on pole position and he has been able to convert most of his poles to wins, which is really good. I believe that Ollie is going to be in Haas in 2025. There's now obviously a spot up for grabs with Nico Hulkenberg announcing his departure from the American team to race with Kick Sauber, Stake, Audi, whatever the fuck they're going to call themselves in 2025. That currently leaves Danish Defensive Minister K-Mag as a possible partner to Ollie. I feel Haas has definitely learnt the error of their ways when it comes to putting in 2 rookies. And I think they'll definitely be looking to capitalize on a more experienced driver to ground Ollie. K-Mag has been committing some of the most terroristic shit on the track at the moment. So I feel like Ollie might be learning how to drive with his elbows, knees and toes out in the car because, yeah, we're just seeing, I don't know what the fuck K-Mag is doing. We also might see Ollie driving for Haas in a race very shortly because it looks like K-Mag's going to get a race ban. He's like 2 penalty points or something like that away from receiving a race ban. So on to the next rookie. We have, of course, Andrea Kimi Antonelli. So there's been a lot of talk about Kimi Antonelli. There was a big rumor that popped up at the Miami Grand Prix that basically he was going to be replacing Logan Sargent at Williams. Principal James Vowles actually had to go and put the record straight and be like, no, we're not doing that. So will we be seeing him on the grid in 2025? My guess is potentially, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him at Williams, and I will elaborate on that later on. But yeah, basically because Lewis Hamilton's decided to move to Ferrari, there is now a spot open at Mercedes. Kimi Antonelli, whose full name is Andrea Kimi Antonelli, he was born in August of 2006, which makes him 18 years old. He started karting at 7 and made his debut in single-seaters a year after Ollie Bearman did in 2021. In 2021, I was still in lockdown in Melbourne. Anyway, Kimi is a Mercedes Junior and is managed by Toto Wolff, meaning that Toto would see large financial benefits to putting him on the grid if he was ready. Unlike Bearman, who has spent 2 years in F4, 1 year in F3 and 2 years in F2, Kimi spent 2021 in Italian F4 where he came 10th. The next year he would go on to win the Italian F4 and the ADAC Formula 4 Germany Championship in 2022. Kimi would also win the FRECA Championship and the FREMEC, skipping F3 in its entirety and going straight into F2. Kimi is currently 9th overall in the F2 Championship, and his stats sit at 99 races, 34 wins, and 32 pole position starts. So when we compare his record to Bearman, it's actually very, very easy to see where all this hype comes from. It works out that he has about a 36.78% win rate of the races that he's been in, reminding us that he has been in 40 races less than Bearman, but has still managed to win more races than him. Obviously, this guy's a god. Obviously, you know, Toto Wolff isn't stupid. He's going to be going after the best talent that he possibly can, especially now that he's kind of got this weird vendetta because he didn't get to pick up Max. So where will Kimi be in 2025? Williams or Mercedes are obviously the top two picks, as we said. I do believe that the most sensible thing that Mercedes can do is pick Carlos Sainz. While Mercedes would be a huge jump for the young driver, Toto has been quoted as saying 2025 is basically a write-off for the team. So they don't really think that they're going to improve their designs that much between now and 2025. And then the regulations change anyway. So they've already kind of said like, yeah, we're not really convinced that we're going to be doing a great job in 2025. So it could be that they're thinking, let's get this kid in when we're having this year where we're not really convinced that we're going to be actually able to fight for podiums and fight for wins. So maybe if he gets in and he gets used to the car and he gets used to kind of the circus of F1, he'll be better suited for when we've got these new rules and regulations in 2026. The other possibility is that Kimi would take Logan Sargent's seat in Williams. Like, I just feel really bad for Logan. I made a whole video about how bad I feel for Logan. How every fucking race, he's like getting replaced. Every race. There's like a rumor. Oh my god. You know, have you seen that Logan's gonna be replaced in this? Let the man get to summer break. I don't think Kimi has as high of a chance to go to Williams as people think, because my next rookie and my next even greater delusion is Jack Doohan. I hope that's how you say his name. I should have looked this up before I started filming. It's either Doohan or Doan, so I'm just gonna call him Jack. Because both Pierre Gasly and Esti Besti have both been like, get us the fuck out of here. We do not want to have this fucking snail's pace of a car anymore. And if we remember, Esti Besti is managed by Toto Wolff's interests, so he might be able to use that to swing a Williams seat. This would leave the door open for their 2023 and 2024 reserve driver, Jack, to step into the seat. Jack is a 21-year-old Australian driver, and I would love to see 3 Australians on the grid. Jack started in Formula 4 in 2018. Jack used to race with the Red Bull Junior team, and he would finish the British F4 Championship in 5th place. He would stay with the Red Bull Junior team until 2022, where he was picked up by Alpine. In 2019, Jack would come 2nd in the F3 Asian Championship and 20th in the FIA F3 Championship, racing simultaneously in the F2 Championship in the same year. He would then place 19th with Red Bull in 2021, and in his second year of F2, he would improve to 6th with Alpine. He described his switch as being a no-brainer, stating that the F1 testing program and the team's project within the World Endurance Championships would give him far more opportunities than staying with Red Bull Racing. Liam Lawson can attest that that's true. So he was actually in discussions, it seems, for the 2023 Formula One seat, but it was handed to Pierre Gasly, as we all know. Alpine definitely seemed to have a plan in the work for Jack based off of his record. Now, we know that Alpine has a loyalty to their reserve driver with the whole Oscar fiasco. Because the Alpine seat is now one of the least sought after seats on the grid, I do think that now is the perfect time for Jack to kind of strike and be like, hey. Jack's statistics from 2018 onwards are 195 races, 23 wins, 59 podiums, and 12 pole starts. I put the podiums in there so that you people don't go like, oh, well, he sucks. He only got 23 wins, because this is like a fucking Lando situation again, where you get 2 billion podiums and you don't get a win. I also think the 12 pole starts to 23 wins is mental. That's really cool. I think he's a great driver, and I also really like his Twitch. I think he's very funny when he Twitch streams. Jack will most likely be racing with Gasly, as Alpine will probably try their best to hold on to at least one French national for the outfit. I would love 3 Australians on the grid. I'm already scared enough that Daniel Ricciardo is not going to be on the grid, so... But yeah, these are my top picks for the rookies on the 2025 grid. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next cooking video after the Imola Grand Prix.